Hi, my name is Eric Halfacre with the Last Frontier Adventure Club, and we're going to be testing a stove today. It's the Vargo Decagon. It's a titanium alcohol stove. So the Decagon weighs 1.2 ounces. It's made of titanium. It's got a flat, stable base that's supposed to make it less likely to crush or to tip over when it's got a pot on top of it. We're going to go ahead and run a quick test. Going to boil 2 cups of water and see how long that takes. So you fill the stove by pouring fuel in from the top. And it's actually just fine that a little bit is sloshing over the edges there because we're going to need that to prime it, which I'll go ahead and do. Just light it with a lighter. You can feel the flame, but it's hard to see in the daylight. Actually, it's pretty much invisible. But we're going to let that burn for about 30 seconds or so to prime. Now that it's primed, I'm going to go ahead and put the pot on top of it and start our timer. I've got a homemade tinfoil windscreen here. I'm going to put that around it, which will decrease our boil time a little bit. Putting a lid on this pot would definitely make it boil faster, but we're not doing that for this experiment because we want to be able to continuously watch the water. Okay, we're right along at about 4 minutes now, and we're just starting to get some bubbles forming down there. Probably be a few minutes before it boils. Just over 6 minutes now. We've got pretty steady streams of the little bubbles coming off the bottom. Almost to 8 minutes now, and we are definitely getting this water to boiling. I think that's pretty safe to call it a boil. We got lots of little bubbles popping up and off the bottom at a pretty regular pace. So that's the Vargo Decagon. It doesn't really seem to put out a whole heck of a lot of heat compared to some of the other alcohol stoves that we've played with, like the cat food can stove. And for that reason, I'm not a tremendously big fan of it. It does work well though, combined with the windscreen, even better once you put a lid on the pot. And it is pretty efficient. We've still got some fuel that you can kind of see bubbling down in there. I could snuff this out and pour that fuel back into its container. All in all, I'd say I probably give this stove, I don't know, 3.5 stars out of 5. I like it, but I just wish that it was burned a little bit hotter.